Okay, in this lesson, I'm going to go over conjugations, how they generally work. So I'm not really going to go in details, but I'm just trying to give you a whole picture of how they work. So in English, if you hear this word conjugation, you probably imagine something like those form changes depending on third person or not, does or do, or tense, present, past, progressive, like do, did, doing, or active or passive, do or done, these things. In Japanese, the concept is completely different, I would say. Is the verb or adjective forms are decided depending on what comes next, what comes after that, right after that. Is it another verb, another adjective, so it's followed by a noun or specific auxiliary word, or nothing. It just ends there. Depending on these things, the word form is decided. And the thing is, it's now Japanese conjugations are not really that complicated if you figure it out. So this is again, I'm not really going to go in details, but so this chart basically covers pretty much everything about conjugations, about verbs and adjectives. And it might look a little bit intimidating, but imagine that you remember these things. It's basically it. Not so much more than that. But the auxiliary verbs and adjectives are more complicated. Because as I said, words that are used often tend to become irregular. And yeah, they are a lot more irregular, but still, it's not like that bad, I would say. Like compared to if you learn other languages like French, German, or Arabic, compared to those languages, Japanese, you know, word conjugations is not like the worst, except one thing. This is what I would like to call pseudo conjugations on honorific speech, keigo. In Japanese, we change verbs or sometimes others according to how we want to pay respect to others. In what way we want to pay respect. What does it mean? So one thing is being polite using formal words, and another thing being humble, which means putting ourselves lower than people, and another thing being differential, putting other people higher than you. And then the words change depending on which one to pick, basically. Which kind of sounds crazy if you don't really, if you're not familiar with this concept. But yeah, that's Japanese, and it's super random, and the list goes on and on. It's not even everything. And so the consistently the conjugation because word per se completely changes or another things attached to it. So, but I cannot really just skip this concept because it's uh very difficult and yeah, kind of important. So please be ready for this.